First, let me share my screen and then we will start. Okay, by the way, how many of you um, have some experience or knowledge about R?
Sir, 40% are experienced.
40.
Little bit having exposure to R.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Okay, can you see my screen, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, you can just let me know what have you done in the last class? I mean, in the introductory class, what things have you done? Okay, anyways, so uh, so you know this application, right? R Studio.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, um, and what about packages? What are packages in R?
Participants, please respond. Otherwise, resource person will get the idea where to start.
I just want to have an idea, about where you have, like, what you have done in the previous class or what extent you know, so that it will be easier for me to carry forward. So that is the idea. So it doesn't have to be foolproof, correct, exact definition. You can just give me an idea. Um, okay, this is some idea if you have some any idea about what packages in R.
Uh, Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
Sir, actually, we didn't got any idea about the packages, but the thing that he said about some basics, like how we can use the R as a calculator, and we can do the matrix things in that, some about arrays and branching like that. He just gave an idea. Yes, sir.
Okay, I understand. Thank you. So essentially, if you want to understand the conceptual framework of R, okay, so basically R has two, two parts, a conceptual part. So the first part is called the base. Okay, so it's called the base. That means it's the core software. Okay, and the second part we call it the package. So now, so these are the two basic components. Think about the base package and the other. So basically, it's the everything else. Sometimes we also call it the everything else. Okay, but you can think it in terms of other packages. Basically, base is also a package, and correspondingly, we will also have another set of packages. Now, it might be quite confusing for you at this point to kind of understand this, but the point is, um, we so the R that we are using, okay, so the R that we are using um, is a software, okay, which which will require some more other applications, just like our phone, Android phone. So we have an Android phone, and we have when we buy a new Android phone, it comes with um, you know it comes with certain features which are built in. Okay, but if you need something more, something extra, for example, if you want to listen to music, if you want to if you want some different types of apps for you know, railway booking, hotel booking, or let's say if you want to if you are working out, you want some apps which can help you, organize your working out and so on and so forth. So you'll need other applications that you need to download. So it's something like this. So base is like the core, the Android that you have, and everything else means the other type of packages over here. So or the application. So you can relate if you think it in that way, then a package is equivalent to an application or an app in Android device. Okay, you can think it in that way. Like, and here's a very vague way of explaining this thing, but package in R is basically like an application. Okay, so for instance, if you um, if you go to CRAN or the Comprehensive R Archive Network website, there you will see that for each subject, or let's say for each what should I say, a specialization, let's say econometrics. Okay, let's talk about geocomputation. Could it be for biosciences? So there will be different types of packages available for different types of subjects or different types of um, what should I say, specialization. Okay? So it depends on which uh, background you come from or what kind of applications you want to run. So likewise, you're going to download and install that application or package, right? So put it very simply, I'm putting it in a very simple way. What is a package? Package is equivalent to an application in your phone. So if you are very much into music, you will download music apps. Similarly, in case of R, if you are into statistics, you will or econometrics or mathematics, you will download packages related to economics, econometrics, mathematics, and statistics. Right. So this is the idea about package. Now, why am I talking about package? Because the things that I have been asked to deal with today can be done in two ways. One is using the base R, okay, the base thing, number one that I have written over there, and it can also be done using a package. Okay? These days, it has become convenient to work with data using some related packages, okay, which is in the tidy. So what I'm trying to say is that there is a package which is called tidyverse. Okay, basically this is a excuse me. Basically this is a meta package. Okay, this is a uh, tidyverse is basically a meta package, okay, which consists of different types of packages, okay, which helps you with data management. All right. So data frame, then subsetting a data frame, creating a new column, okay, working with the data, uh, what should I say, like, filtering out the data, arranging the um, arranging column values, okay, in ascending or in descending, uh, in arranging or in descending order. Or in fact, you could also manipulate the data to answer some specific data analytic questions, okay, which we will look at over here if we're using some examples. I will also give you a very brief idea of how it is actually done in base R, but uh, we can do it using this tidyverse meta package. Okay? So I will also give you an alternative way of doing it, the base. Now, as I said, tidyverse is a meta package, and within that, we have a package called dplyr, okay, which will be used for data. This is a package for data manipulation. You have any questions up to this point? Please raise your hands, or you can ask me directly. No questions up to this point?
No, sir.
Okay. Hope you are understanding and following. So we have we have to we started with the base package. Sorry, the what we mean by package is R, and we have a base. We said the conceptual framework is base and everything else. Okay, so by base we mean something standard that we have, like your Android device, and packages means just it's just like the applications that we find in our app. And the good part about apps or packages is that we have a choice, right? So we don't have to have all the apps or packages in one go in R. Okay, so depending on our requirement, what kind of packages, what kind of applications we are using, we can use the package, right? So we said in this connection, since we are dealing with data manipulation, we will be using the tidyverse data package. Okay, and inside this meta package, we have a package for data manipulation, which is Pad. And if you will be working, like maybe that's what I was saying in the schedule, in the program, in fact, that you have data visualization next. Okay, so there you'll be using another package. If you use tidyverse, then you would be using ggplot 2. This is another package for graphics. If you are using uh, tidyverse, so you'll be using ggplot. So this is the package for plotting or data visualization. So let me. I'm so sorry that I did not get I did not have any introduction with all of you all, but over the course, I think we will know each other. So from the 40% group, as Dayada told me, how many of you, if you could just let me know how many of you are well versed with the tidyverse or the or have some idea. Anyone wants to volunteer? You are familiar with tidyverse? Anyone? Pavitra, I'm just calling out names, sorry for that. We have Navneel, Joyশ্রী, Rekha, Sagar, Deep.
Sir, I have no experience to work with art, so I have no idea.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm just asking for the group. I called out their name. So, but for the group, 40% group who has some knowledge in R, if they are familiar with the type, I'm asking. Doesn't have to be very proficient, but if you know what IDverse or deployer, Bhalanath, Dr. Gaurango.
No idea, sir.
So let me continue. But I think uh, whatever we are trying to discuss, I think this is clear to everyone, right? So uh, base, then we have the meaning of packages, base package, and tidyverse, dplyr, ggplot. Up to this point, everything is clear. Any questions? If you have any questions, please let me know.
No, sir. No questions.
So let's move on with this. So with the lecture then. So mm, I will give you a ref.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Sir, can I use R in time series analysis?
Can you please repeat the question?
Can I use R in time series analysis?
Yes, yes, of course. It can be used in time series analysis, panel data analysis, cluster analysis,
How, sir?
factor R. Yes, you can use R for um, any kind of econometric analysis. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, but right now what we are discussing is these are some basic things that we are discussing. Here we will not discuss econometrics. What we will discuss is how data can be handled, or how to use R, okay, to manipulate data. So data or transform data. Basically, we need to understand how what kind of data structure does R understand. Yeah, so as the has said, there is some time series in the program, analysis in the program. Okay, Dr. Gauranga says, I have not done work with tidy. Okay, no problem, it's fine. So what I'm saying is that here what we are doing is we are trying to first understand the data structure that um, you know that is used in R. How data how R handles different types of data. What are different data structures, right? So these are the things that we are starting, and then as Dayada has said, in the next few lectures you will be doing the econometric analysis, including time series. But yes, there are some panel panel economics. Anyway, so I just want to give you a reference. Uh, this is R for data. Second edition. You will get this book. This is online and this is free. It's an open source book, Art for Data Science. Second edition. This first edition book is also there by Hadley. So you're going to use this book And in the book, we will be going through the third chapter, data transformation. We are looking at data transfer. That is the third chapter. Okay. So now that you have understood what a package is, okay, and um, and what package we are going to use. So as I said, we are going to use the dplyr. Okay. And again, I said this is in the tidyverse package or meta package. So basically, what I mean is that this package is like ggplot2, dplyr. Okay. Then there's another package called uh, idr. Okay. Uh, is for hiding data. And there are other packages, multiple number of packages, which have been bundled up together uh, inside this tidyverse. Tidyverse basically is this is not a package in itself, but it is a meta package. That means there are multiple different types of packages which have been put together. Okay. Now, uh, okay, so I think uh, all of you have been able to download and install R and R Studio in your system, right? You all have R and R Studio in your systems.
Yes, sir, I have installed.
Okay. Others?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So I think you should follow. Okay. I think you should follow along whatever we are doing. Okay. So whatever I type, can also type and replicate. Okay. Let's not hurry. It will for the beginners. It will take some time, and even for people like us or for anyone who knows R, it is good to type and see down. Okay. By the way, this is I didn't start off by describing what the thing was in your screen. So this is the Art Studio IDE, or the Art Studio Integrated Development Environment. In fact, uh, the Art Studio name has changed recently. We don't call it Art Studio now. It's called Posit. So Art Studio Posit. So Posit, um, it's available on. I mean, the desktop version is also available, and the uh, cloud, posit.cloud, cloud is also available. So you can work either in the desktop mode or in the cloud mode. Anyway, so what is this Posit or RStudio? It's basically an environment that makes R more efficient. So if you look at raw R, plain R, then it looks like this. Nothing. So this is the console. It has a console, and this is the place where you, if you can recall from the last class, I'm just kind of revising things that you have done in the last class. So this is the place where you write your commands and see the output. So you can, as one of you said, that you can use it as a calculator and you get to see the output. If you can't see this properly, let me a little bit. So you can use it as a calculator. Okay. You can see the version, R version over here. Every year, I think it is 2 times. Okay. So R is updated and R is released 2 times a year. It is advised to update the software very frequently. Okay. So if you do that, all your you will not get errors, or you'll not face any kind of difficulty if you do the updation uh, in time. So this window is called the console, where you type. So the window that I've just maximized over here on the left is called the console. This is a place where you write codes, like for example 2 plus 3, the code, and I get an output 3. Okay. I can write another code c of 1 comma 2. Okay, and it gives me two values, 1 and 2. Okay, I can write uh, data frame goes to 1 to 10, and y goes to c of yes, male and female. So there are 10 respondents, um, 10 people. So they are like male, female. Like. So you can write a code, okay, and you get to see the output. You write a code, you get to see the output. Okay. So this is the console, and uh, this is called the script. Okay. So nowadays, instead of writing plain scripts, people also use the Quarto document, okay, or the R Markdown document. Uh, yes, but let's keep it simple. So this is the R script. Okay. So this is uh, called the R script. This is a place where you actually type all your codes and save the code. Type and save code. Okay. So I'm also, if you can see that, I'm also using this hash mark very often. Okay, this hash mark. So this is used for commenting. By commenting, what I mean is that, for instance, if I write a code, okay, something like this. If I write a code, um, uh, 2 plus 3. Okay, I write a code like this, 2 plus 3. Okay, and then I go over here, click on this run button. We'll get plus 3 is 5 million. The answer, right? So the value, so I write a code here, and after that, I run or execute the code, and I get the output in the console. By commenting, I mean I want to uh, comment over here saying that adding two numbers. And why is this important? Because let's say if I write any code, okay, and then if I look at it after a considerable period of time, let's say 5 months, 6 months, okay, then I will not be able to understand why I wrote this code, or possibly if you send your code to a friend, then he or she will not be able to make out what this code is. Maybe that could be the case. So if you use a hash mark, then you will be able to explain or understand what this code is, right? So let's say this is uh, generating gender, let's say male and female. Now, how do you write a comment? Now, what is a comment? Basically, anything that is written after the hash mark is completely ignored by the R, okay, interpreter. So basically, it does not consider anything that is to the right of the hash mark as a code. Okay, anything written to the right of the hash is not considered a code. So you can do it like this. Okay. An alternative way is you can also place the comments on top of the lines like this. So I just put this here. If I want to run, I can run all the lines. I can select them and then click on the run button. or individually, I can just put the cursor on any line and then click on the run button. I think I've done this before, but I'm just quickly revising this. Any questions up to this point?
No, sir.
Okay. So what we will do is we will install. So as I said, what is a package? Package is like an application in the Android device. Okay. Let's say you found out that there is an app which lets you listen to music. Okay. Your friend gave you the referral saying that I found that there is a new app or there is some app which helps you listen to music for free. Then what would you do? You have to install that app in the device, right? Exactly. So I've said that. So I'm that friend of you, but in the context of R, and I give you this information that there is a package called dplyr, okay, which is, can be used for data manipulation or data transfer. Now, what do? You need to install it. Okay. What do? We install it. So it's called the dplyr package. Okay. How do you install the dplyr package? We type install.packages, and inside this we type the name of the package dplyr. So for those of you who might have difficulty looking at the codes, I've sent you all the codes that I've written down over here. You can just copy everything. Okay, so and then you run this line of code. Okay, you can see there's a red button over here which is glowing just like the traffic light, which is that the thing is processing or installing, downloading basically and installing. So we need some time. I mean, we have to wait for some time. So I want all of you to follow the step. Do the same. I mean, did you all install the dplyr?
Yes, sir.
Others, you need an connection for this.
Yes, sir.
I can pause for a bit if you want to, because we'll have to move together. I mean, I don't want you to get behind. Have you all installed dplyr?
Yes, sir, it's installing.
Installing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Shouldn't take much time. Okay. After it's installed, you will see that Um, so,
I
so
got this. The download binary package are in. This is the same in my software also. So
okay, okay, thank you. So what you will see is that the rate button over here, which has disappeared, it has disappeared in the console, and in the console you can also see that um, we are back to this symbol, greater than symbol. Okay, this greater than symbol is called the prompt. Okay, so this greater than symbol is called the this symbol is called the prompt. Why am I specifying this? It's because only after you see that you have returned to this prompt or to this sign over here, you are ready to, you know, write down any code or execute any other code. Okay, so if the prompt does not have this sign greater than, or if the cursor is not in the prompt, okay, so like meanwhile, when it was installing, you could see, or if you install any other package, okay, you will see that this cursor, which is blinking right now here in the console, may not be in the prompt. Okay, so unless that happens, please do not proceed further, or do not write or run any code. You can write the code in the, or do not run anything. Okay, uh, that is one. And other thing is that sometimes you might not. We'll talk about that later if you have time. So after we install, okay, so after we install the package, what what do we do next is uh, this is a related step. After that, we what is called load the package. So we load the package. How do we load the package? We do library, library deploy. Okay, so library deploy. What we are doing is that we are installing the package. The package is now in your system, in your computers. Now we are saying that in our current R session, I want to use that package. Okay, so by running this command library deploy, you are saying I want to use the package. Okay. Now, and then after that, you run this line. If you, after you run this line, you get a warning message, something like this. This is attaching deployer. Following objects are masked from packages, so on and so forth. Warning message: deployer was built under this hours. Anyways, doesn't matter. So this is just a warning message, giving you some messages, information. All right. Now, there's something that you need to understand. Installing package is a um, one-time task, let's say, but loading a package is a repetitive one. Okay, load the package in every new session. What I mean to say is that, let's say I've installed dplyr. Okay, now um, you don't have to install it in your near future. By near future means if there is an update for the package, okay, or if there is a major change in the package. So until that point in time, or until the point in time where your system or your computer is working, laptop is working fine. Until that point, you don't have to install the dplyr again. But the moment, um, okay, so now the next thing is that, but what about the loading of the package? If the like let's say, you have just loaded this dplyr now. Okay, this is 315. Sorry, 313 now. At 313, you have used the dplyr package. You close your system, you shut down your computer, and then come back again after 2 hours or 3 hours. That is another next session. When you want to use the dplyr package after 2 or 3 hours after you've shut down or ended the session, then you'll have to again run the code library dplyr. Okay, that is, you'll have to load the package. So loading the package is a repetitive process. So I've run the package. Sorry, I've run the library dplyr function. Now I will install another package called NYC Flights 30. Okay. I'll just put this in the message. If you can't see properly, so simply install this package. I have already installed this in my system. And then after that, what is the second step? I load the um, package. It's 30 and run. So have you installed? Uh, okay, so I think it started. I need two packages. Okay, dplyr and NYC Flights 30. Please let me know if you have finished installing. Also note that R is case sensitive, so don't put a capital Y or capital C. Uh, the spelling should be correct. There should be no spaces. Okay, so all these things you'll have to in mind. You have installed NYC Flights 13.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you load the package library NYC Flights 13?
Yes, sir. It's done.
Okay. So, all right. A package uh, contains, let's say, functions and or data. Okay, so usually any package will contain function and or data. It can contain both, or it can contain either. Okay. What do I mean by this is that if you look at the dplyr package, in this dplyr package, you'll find a lot of functions, okay, for data manipulation. If you look at NYC Flights 13, what you will find is you'll find data. Okay, so if you want to check for any standard package, if you do data in package, let's say NYC FLIGST. So what you're saying is that what are the different data sets that you find in the package NYC, right? 30. You run this, you will see that there are these are the data sets in the package NYC flights 13. Okay, so you have airlines, airports, flights, planes, and weather data. Airlines data set contains airline names. Airports data set contains airport metadata. Flights data set contains flights.
Uh, Sir, 1 minute. When I'm installing this nice flights, it's a warning error is came, and it says that install.package. This is not no package called NYCF LIGSTS 13. So
Okay, so I have sent you the code in the message. Okay,
okay,
please copy that and then run. Install dot
okay.
could be some spelling mistakes. Okay, or there could be like the spelling is NYCFLIGHTH 1
GSTS one
yeah
one three.
13. That should be within quotation. You should be connected to the internet.
Yes, sir.
Did it install? Is it installing now?
Uh, package. Okay.
What about others? Have you been
Done,
able
sir.
to install? Done?
Yes, sir. Done. Also,
Yes, sir. Now it's done.
So what I was saying is that if you so this is what we are saying is that what are the so as I said before, a package might contain functions and or data. So dplyr is a package which contains there are a lot of functions but no data. Similarly, NYC flights 13 is a package which contains data only. It doesn't have functions. Okay. So we want to see what are the different data sets in this package. So if you call data package NYC flights 13, this is the list of data sets. So what we are interested is in this data. Okay, just think of visualize that you have a bag or a package that you get from Amazon delivered, and inside that package and inside that box, there are different, there are 4 or 5 things inside that box. Okay, or inside a bag, you have 4 or 5 folders. So it's a package where you find data set, and one of the data set is flights. So we will use the flights data set. How do we now load the data in our current state? Okay, so now see what we are doing is we're just exploring the package. Okay, like someone from Amazon delivered you a box. You open the box and you see that. So the name of the box was NYC Flights 13. Inside the box, again, you saw that there's a file called airlines, airports, flights. There are 5 small packets or 5 small files, and one of the files that we are going to work with is that we're going to use is flights. Okay, but we don't yet have access to flights. Now, how do we make or have access to that flights? We have to load the just like loading just like uh, this library dplyr. Okay, we did this to import the sorry use the package. Okay, now how do we so what do we do to load the data? All right, so we use the data command and type the name flights. Now see, this is an auto you know should I say auto completion feature over here in your R Studio. So it says data flights, and within parenthesis, you see it's written NYC flights 30. You do it in your, you can see this in your computers also. So basically, it means that this is the flights data set, okay, which is in the NYC flights 13 packets. So simply type data and flights. So now, how do we know the name of the data set is flights? Because we have seen it here. The name of the data set is, okay. So we are going to now load this data called flights. So and I run this line of code. Now you'll see something is in the environment tab on the right side, you will see that is this data set in flights which has been now loaded in this environment or in this session. So briefly, it gives you an overview of the data set, which says there are about 3,36,776 observations for, and there are 19 variables. You click on this button, you will say that these are the variables in the data set. That is flights data. Okay, year, month, day, departure time, scheduled departure time, and likewise. Now, there's something called a vignette. What is a vignette? Vignette are basically help files for any data. So if you simply uh, do a question mark and then flights, okay, and then run, on the bottom right, you will see that a file like a documentation comes up, which gives you the description of the data set. So this is on time data for all flights that departed from the NYC, the New York City, I guess. Okay, that is, these are the flights JFK in the year 2030. So data frame, this is a data frame with columns. Okay, so this is a data frame with columns. Variables include year, month, day. So as you have seen it before here, so year, month, day, these are the columns. So there's one more way that you can visualize this data. You can click on this, what should I say, this icon over here, spreadsheet like icon. If you click on this, on the left, you will see that a spreadsheet kind of or a visualization appears, right? Are you following up to this point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here, this is month, this is day. So basically what we are seeing on the right side, this is a data frame. So basically what is a data frame? Data frame is a 2 by 2 array, okay, rows and columns, um, arranged in a spreadsheet, typical spreadsheet format, okay, or Excel format. So, and where each column has a distinct class, is a distinct object, let's say. What I mean by that is that, like, for example, year, month, and day, year, month, day, these three are all numeric. Okay, these three are all numeric. In fact, most of them are, I think, numeric variables over here. Mm. In fact, most of the variables are numeric, so integers here. You can see that this year is int, so integer. So basically, this is an integer. That means not a decimal number. Sometimes we also call it double, DBL, DOUBL, double. So basically, this is an integer, um, but not double. So basically, this is an integer, and like for departure delay, this is a numeric variable. Okay, so this is a numeric variable in the sense this is this could be in decimal numbers. Decimal. Now, if you look at this variable carrier, okay, so you can see
So,
that, yeah, yes,
Sir, can you please repeat this thing again?
yeah, yeah, yes, yeah. So what I was saying is that, um, okay, let me just quickly do it again because this might be confusing, and I know this is confusing the very initial stages. So what I'm saying is that there are vignettes, or we can say files, okay, or um, it could be for functions. Okay, health files for functions. It can be. You can also get health files for data set, because we saw again. We see, what did we say? We said that there's a package called NYC Flights 13. Inside that package, okay, there are different data sets like airlines, airports, flights. Now we want to explore this data set for flights. To, to do that, we did data and flights. So this was to load the data in the session, okay, environment, in the global environment. So before you, if you have, before you ran data flights on the environment window, you did not have any listing. Okay, but as soon as you run data flights, there is a variable named flights, or this object appears data. It's called flights. But we have a limited knowledge about what this flights data set or an inbuilt data set. Like for instance, if you're using some NSS data, if you're using some secondary data like ISD data, or if you have your own data, that is primary data, as Dayada was saying before. If you have your own data set, you will know what are the variables. You know what are the variables in the data set, what these variables mean, right? So and what are the different uh, types of these objects are, of the variables are. Okay, so but for the data files and for some functions, okay, like for example, dplyr, dplyr. I do the question mark dplyr and then I run. Okay, so here on the right side, I get some information on dplyr. It's a grammar of data manipulation. To learn more about dplyr, start with vignettes, browse vignettes, packages dplyr. It gives you links to some websites, the authors, okay, and it says browse vignette package dplyr. If you do that, this is going to open up a new set of. If I let's say if I try this, it will show you. I don't know if you can see this because I've just focused my thing into it. I don't think you are going to see this. Anyway, if you run this browse vignettes packages dplyr, you will be directed to a new. Uh, you'll be directed to a new window where you will get information of about dplyr package. Okay, so the vignette or help files, which you can use by question mark, or you can also do help flyer or anything, any file over here. I'm saying flights. Okay, so help or question mark files or anything, this is going to give you the help document. So I do this and I get some description about this flights data set. And here you see that it's a data frame. Again, as I said, a data frame is basically a spreadsheet format. Okay, where you have which is it's two-dimensional array with rows and columns, and each column is a variable with distinct class. Okay, so what do I mean by distinct class? If you look at the, I will go to show you two visualizations over here. One, if you click on this button, you will get a spreadsheet representation of the data over here on the left, and on the right If I click on this button, you will get to see the details of the variables. What I'm saying is that year, okay, year is integer. Let's say you have your own data set, okay, and you one of your variable is, let's say, gender, END. Instead of month, you have a variable called gender, and this gender is a categorical variable, right? It will have two categories, male, female. Let's say, okay, we are talking about two categories, male, female. It will either be uh, 0 1 type variable, or it will be hard coded as male and female. Okay, so so in that case, the variable gender will be a factor if you see. So similarly, year over here is an integer, and all the others are integers. Departure delay is a number. What is the difference between an integer and a number? Number is a, so I don't have to explain that. Is so carrier is character, is CHR. So if you go over here onto your left, CH carrier. Okay, so carrier. If you look at this column, column 10, okay, the 10th column, this is a character. That means all the values are like UA alphabets. Contains characters. Okay, so that's why it's called a character. And the last variable, time, hour, is project city, okay, or project XC format, date time format. So in tidiness, this has changed. The format has changed to date time format. Anyways, we're not going that far, but what I'm trying to say is that what is a data frame? A data frame is an array, two-dimensional array, which kind of has uh, columns. Um, each column represents a variable, and and each variable has a distinct class. Okay. So, for example, year, month, day, departure time, scheduled departure time, all of these five first variables are integers. They don't have a decimal value. The next variable is departure delay, which is numeric, which could have a decimal value. Arrival time, scheduled arrival time, all of these are and like that. Again, so that is a data frame. Uh, that is what a data frame is. Now, if you since you are in the tidyverse framework, what we have done is, so I mean, what has been done in the tidyverse is they have introduced something called a table. So what is a table? It is uh, it is a smarter version of a data frame. Okay, so think of this as a smartphone. So what is a table? A table is a smarter version of the data frame. Okay, so meaning, think of your button phones. Okay, so button phones. I don't have slides, otherwise I would have done it better. Button phones to be data frame, and tables to be smartphones. Meaning, you can make calls from these button phones, old phones that we had. Okay, and then we can also make calls from smartphones. What is smart about smartphones is that we can do other things also, send emails, right? Take photos, read papers, listen to music, many things that we can do. So similarly, tables are kind of smart data frames, smart data frames. Only to the extent of uh, printing. As far as printing uh, data sets are concerned. So let's not go into that detail again over here. So basically, um, understand that you can synonymously use the words data frame or table. But when you are saying table, you are talking with respect to diverse, and data frame is simply the basic data structure, okay, of R. So there's not much difference. There is some basic difference when it comes to printing data sets, uh, getting a glimpse of the data set and things like that. But it's not that. There's nothing um, very extraordinarily smart about. All right, but because the names tables are used, and whenever we print any object, okay, or whenever any object is classified, it is classified as table. So that's why we need to understand the terminology. Now that we have kind of somewhat understood what we are doing. So again, see, what we have done is we have started from packages, then installing packages, loading packages, and again we said that installing is a one-time phenomenon, but loading packages using the library function is a repetitive task. You have to do it every time you start a new R session. Um, then we installed NYC Flights 13. We then learned how to load the data in the current environment, okay, like the flights data that we have installed. We also learned how to use the vignettes or help files, okay, and we also talked about data frames and the smarter version of data frame, which is table. Okay. And smarter in the sense as long as printing data sets are concerned. We will look at this later. Okay, we will talk about. So now that we have these data sets, now this is the most. Whenever I show you this, everyone will be very happy because this is what we all have been. That this is what we are all used to, right? So we all are used to this 2 by 2 of, spreadsheet format where you can scroll down and then check all the variables over here and likewise. Okay. So this is a real data set which has 19 columns or 19 variables and above 3,36,000 entries. Now each of these, so again, let me go back to this. I keep doing this because it's easier for everyone to look at that. Now what I'm saying is that see, the description of all the variables are given over here. Year, month, and day, the things that I'm highlighting on the right side, and have a quick look at it on the left side, year, month, and day. So what are these variables? They are the date of departure. That means yeah, January, the 1st of January 2013. 1st of January 2013, likewise. Okay, so these are the number of flights. Departure time is also given over here. And if you scroll down a bit, uh, okay, I think you've understood what I'm saying. So the days will change. It will become 2. Month will still remain 1. Year will still be 2013. Days keep changing 3rd, 4th up to 31st of January. And then it will change to February and like. So what is departure time, arrival time? These two variables. The next two, not the next two. Fourth column and fifth, sixth, seventh column. The fourth and the seventh column, numbers like 517 and 830. These are the actual departure and arrival times given in this format: hours, minutes, or hours, mm. The local time. Okay, so basically, uh, 517 hours. That means early 517 in the morning. 830 hours is 8:30 in the morning. And likewise, this is 10:16. Okay, this is 6:28 in the morning. This is 10:16 in the morning. 11, then there should be a 24-hour. Yes. Um, so this is what the descriptions are given here. Scheduled departure time, scheduled arrival time, departure delay, arrival delay. Okay. So negative times represent early departure or arrivals. Carrier, the two-letter abbreviations. So you can see airlines, question mark airlines. Okay, to look up airline names from the carrier codes. The flight number, tail number, origin, destination, which when air time, the amount of time spent on air, distance between airports in miles, and other information. So now let us count.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Okay, is it okay to type 5.17?
Yes, can you please say that again? I did not understand.
Okay, the departure time, here you mentioned 517. Instead of shall be type 5.17. The,
So are
which
you are
means
saying, yeah,
just the R itself, it's not going to consider decimals.
so 517 is basically according to the description, as far as I understand, this should be 5
Five
uh, 5 a.m. I mean 5 o'clock in the morning and 17 minutes past 5 a.m.
minutes. Is it okay to type 5.70?
Uh, if you want to do that, you'll have to change it for all the values. Okay,
Right.
but since it's already given as 517,533, and there are about 3 lakh observations, I don't think it would be, you know,
When we
it's not
upload
advisable.
the data, then
This is the way
here,
they have put the information. Okay?
okay, okay,
This is the way the departure time has been recorded in this data.
okay, okay,
Okay? So
okay,
these are all data points. I don't think we can do anything about them because there are about 3 lakh 36 data points in this data.
okay, sir.
So the next thing that I want to um, is okay. Now, if you look at this, so if you just type flights, okay, and then run. So what I'm just doing is I'm loading the data in my environment. After that, I am printing the data. If I type flights and then run, I will also get a similar information. And here it says this is a table. It consists of this many rows and this many columns. Okay, the first variable is year, second is month, this is an integer. Likewise, all the negative values are shown in reds. And it says there are 12 more variables. Okay, so these are the other more variables, right? So, so this is the only smart thing about table. So when you print data set, it's going to give you all the information at in one place. Okay, like year is an integer, month is an integer, what type of object each of these variables are, how many observations, like from that, it will work. It's basically a data frame. Doesn't differ much. So basically, we have flights data set over here. Now let's um, talk about something, and then we'll start with the. We still have some time left. Okay. Uh, let's talk about uh, the pipe operator, and then uh, okay, talk about the pipe, and then we'll move on to the deployed verbs. So, mm, uh, control if M. M could be capital M, small m, doesn't matter. So this is the shortcut key. If you type this, you'll get uh, something like this. Okay. Uh, or you'll get something like this. Uh, which one are you getting? The first one or the second one? If you press Control Shift M.
For the second one.
First.
Okay. Some of you are getting the second one. Some of you getting the first one, right? Yes.
So the second one.
Okay. Okay. But you are at least you've got this symbol, right? Either the first or the second. That is more important. Yes or no? When you type Control Shift and M, do you get either of these two um, symbol or whatever
Yes,
that you
sir.
see? Yeah, Sagardeep, you said you've replied. Others?
Getting second.
Okay, okay. It's okay if you get the first or the second one. Okay. So basically, the first one is called the. I keep forgetting the name, but it is the. Yeah, I remember. It's called the native pipe. Okay, so it's called the native pipe. This is the native pipe. Uh, and this is called the. I don't know if I'm making any um, spelling mistake with this. This is called the magnetar pipe, or and this is called the native pipe. So quickly, so what is this? First, what is the pipe operator? Right. So basically, um, uh, you can join uh, two uh, functions. And see, yeah, using. But there is a mechanism how this can be done. Okay. So you can join two functions using a pipe, and the operation becomes easier. Um, for instance, for instance, let's say for now, this much is important. You will understand pipes in better way, yeah, when you do more of the tidivers. So basically, okay, but I have to say this that this was um, so this was the most popular pipe. Okay, so with tidivers, the magnetar pipe was used extensively, um, and later on, recently, maybe I think 1 or 2 years back, um, even the base are okay. So this is the tidivers pipe or migrator pipe, and this is the base pipe. So even in the base R, the pipe operator is being used. Okay, so they have considered the use of understood the importance of the pipe operator and usefulness, and they have incorporated pipe in the base version also. So basically, meaning that it has been made a fundamental part of R. Anyone using R has to, when if there's an option that this is also available in base. So, all right, how do we use a pipe? Okay, so let's say I'll not do the fundamental explanation over here, but I'll start with the words first, and then I'll come with the pipe. So I've just got an idea of what pipe is. I'll show you how you can use pipe, and then we'll navigate. So now we know what a data frame is. Okay, so we know what a data frame is. Frame, and then we progressed towards what is called the table. Okay. We also know the dplyr package, okay, which is used for data manipulation, and there are certain verbs in this dplyr package. So if you recall, when we did question mark dplyr, um, dplyr, in the documentation, it says it's a grammar of data manipulation. Okay, so what is dplyr? It's basically a grammar of data manipulation. That's why we are talking about verbs over here. So, so what is the first verb that we're going to introduce? Okay. Number one is, so this it can also be done for row operation and uh, column operations. So the verbs are basically for row operation and column operation. So we have a data frame, okay, 2 by 2 table. I mean, um, yeah, not 2 by 2. I mean to say rows and columns table, a two-dimensional array, okay, rows and columns array, and we can work along the columns, reduce it, make it longer, make it wider, okay, make it uh, smaller, or when you're trying to make guessing when you're squeezing the data set, when we're making it wider and like so we can have column operations as well as the row operations. So there are some verbs. Basically, it's a fancy way of calling functions in dplyr. So what is the first verb that we are going to learn? Is the uh, filter function. So we say um, which types add uh, arrival. We have arrival delay or something. Hmm. Our arrival delay of let's say 1 hour of more than 1 hour. So let's say this is the picture. What we are saying is that which were the flights that had arrival delay of more than 1 hour. So if you look at this flights data set, there is a uh, variable called arrival delay. This one, ARR delay. Okay. Um, so we are saying which flights. Okay. So we are saying which flights had arrival delay of more than 1 hour. Okay. Here, but the departure and arrival delays are given in minutes. Okay, so they are given in minutes. So what we say is that filter. So this is a function. Every function is followed by a parenthesis like this, and um, anything that we write inside this function is called an argument. If you want to get a blueprint of the function, then you have a function name. This is what a function basically looks like. And you have a function. Then you have argument one argument two, and likewise n number of arguments. So here the function name is filter. Okay, the function name that you're saying over here is filter. And what are the arguments that you're going to use? The first argument is I don't know. I mean, if you forget, you can just do question mark filter and then click on run. Okay, keep rows. So here it's saying filter. This is a function which comes from the dplyr package. It keeps rows that match a condition. Okay, so the filter function is used to subset a data frame retaining all rows that satisfy your conditions. Okay, and that's the description. And as far as usage is concerned, filter, the first argument is data, and other is the expression that returns logical value. So let's not complicate this much. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that for any function like filter, okay, which comes from the dplyr package. So how do you know that filter comes from the dplyr package? It's just like this. Or you can also use what is called the full name, okay, by calling out dplyr and then filter. To do this, this is the full name of the filter function, meaning that we are using the filter from the dplyr package. Right. Doesn't matter if you have not understood few things, but this is something that you'll have to understand. Okay. So the name of the function is filter, and the first argument is data. What is the data that we are using? We are saying the data that we are using is dot. So just copy this over here, dot data. We just write the same thing over here. Dot data. Dot data equals to what is the name of the data? Flights. Right? This is the name of the data flights. Now, what do I want to filter? Do I want to filter? So there's a lot of how do you use it? Saying this dot dot dot. That means you can do use any expression, logical expression. Okay, so remember this is also something that I was supposed to discuss, or I'm doing it together with this filter. And so how do you um, use this logical expression? So you are saying that filter, okay, the data called flights, filter this variable arrival delay. Okay, and how do you know the name of the variable arrival delay? You go to this window. So it's ARR DELF. ARR underscore DELF. DELF. You say ARR underscore DELF. Everything has to be exact. Okay. No, did not make any typing errors. Arrival delay of more than 1 hour. So is greater than 60. Why am I writing 60 over? Because in the description it says that in the help file, okay, in the help file of the times data set, it says that where is that arrival delay here? Arrival delay is in minutes, and negative time represents early departure or early arrival. So I'm saying arrival delay greater than 60. I can write this here also after giving a comma. Okay. Or I can send this expression argument in the new line. So look at the blueprint filter. This is the function name. Data. Okay, this is argument one. Okay, and argument each argument will have a value. Okay. Second argument will also have another value. Likewise, so this flights is first value. Okay, so data is flights, arrival delay is variable. This is argument two, has to be 60. This is the value to be greater than 60. So I run this, and what I see is I get this output. It's a table of 27,789 observations. So from 3 lakh observations, I have come down to around 27,000 observations. That is only uh, about 27,000 flights had an arrival delay of more than 60 minutes. Okay. Um, do you have any questions up to this point? Yes.
Sir, so what is the deploy double colon filter again?
Okay. So it means this is called the full name. Okay. Meaning, uh, see, the filter command uh, can be the command filter with the same name and with same spelling. It could be in any other package also apart from deploy. Okay, like in the stats package, I guess there is another function called deep filter to specify that you are actually using the filter function which is coming from the dplyr package. Okay, you are using the full name, right? Let's say you have a friend.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think it's understood. So I don't have to explain it. Any other questions? Any other thing that you want to that you have not understood? Or, I mean, that you want an explanation? Are you all following?
Sir, it's for
Okay. So if you want to do this in the base R, okay, that is without using the package, uh, then um, those um, driver, okay, FLI, FLI, GSTS. Okay, so see, this is what happens. If you don't write the spellings correctly, then also you can get an error. Okay. 3719 27 arrival delay greater than 60. So, um, those of you who have, uh, I'm just pasting this command. Okay, so for these, just tell me if this is correct or not. I'm getting slightly different. I'm just getting a slightly different answer. So, can you filter this out in this way? If you've got a correct code, please email. Please comment me back. All right. So, but in base R also you can do it. Okay. So, because of the time constant, I'm not going to uh, let me keep it like this. I'll see. So this is one. Now the next um, verb. Okay. The next verb that is related. Okay. So let us look at some of the um, other operators. So flights that just looking at the book, okay. So you can just take the book if you want to. That's the flights that departed on January 1st of January. How do you do this? We're going to use this filter command again. Okay, same thing. I'll just copy this, paste it over here. So I say, uh, if I look at the data, it says year, month, and day. So year would be equal to 2013. Okay, let's say 1st January 2013. So year will be 2013. Then month will be 1. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Um, mm,
We need to mention the date as
we need to mention the
date also.
day. Okay. So this is our idea. That year should be 2013, month should be 1, and day should be equal to 1. Uh, but there is, okay, if you run this, you'll get an error. Okay, you'll get an error. Yes. And when you get an error, it says unexpected equal to in filter something, but the point is unexpected equal to sign, right? Did you also get the same error?
Yes, sir, same error.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Same as it.
So why did that error? Why did you get that error?
Because we assigned the values or instead of showing equals.
The values are okay.
So the single equals to assign the value, sir. And double equals to gives the value.
Okay, double equal to sign. That's correct. So basically, here what we are saying is that we are comparing. Okay, so we are saying check whether this the value of this variable here is equal to 2030. Now in R, there's something called assignment. Assignment. and comparison. Basically, when you are saying assignment, what you are saying is that you are assigning a value. Okay, like x, like like x equals to 2. That means x takes the value, right? Alternatively, in R, the symbol equal to is replaced by this sign, which is called the assignment operator. This is called the assignment operator. I think you have done this in the previous class, right? Now, basically, comparison means you are trying to match a value. You are not trying to assign any value. So, if you are saying that does the value of x equal to 2, is the value of x equal to 2, then you use this double equation. Okay. Why? Because we also have done this, like, if x is greater than equal to 2. So here we use two symbols or two operators, greater than and an equal to sign. So this double equal to sign is basically um, used to compare, okay, or match. Okay, so this is assignment and this is comparing. Now, what happened over here? Since you said year equals to 2013, okay, so the algorithm uh, or R interpreted it as a um, assignment, not a comparison or a match. Okay, so now if you do this, you get that the flights. So there were 842 flights which arrived. Sorry, right. There were 842 flights on 1st of January in the year 20. Okay. Now, uh, let's find out the flights mm, in the month of in the week first week of January 1930. How do you do this? First week of January 2030. You can use the same thing over here, right? Uh, okay, let's not complicate this. Let's just say first week of January. Okay, the first week of January. Now, how do you do this? So we say filter. Now we can use we can just skip this argument if you okay the name of that. So we just say flights. Okay, and we say day. Mm, okay, we come up with some better example. Let's say uh, in uh, January or February. Okay, so which were the flights that flew in January or February? So January and February is basically months. Okay, month, 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 month should be equal to how much? One is the OR operator or month. be equal to 2. That means it should be either January or February. And this is the OR operator. So let's run this. These are the flights which flew in January or February. So these were the flights which flew in January or February, right? What you can also do is you can do this filter mm, month, sorry, month, and there's this function called percentage in percentage, or this is called the match operator. Okay, C of 1 comma 2. I'll explain what I'm trying to do over here. So this um, percentage in percentage uh, is called the match. Or the match operator. So what you're saying is that match uh, match. What you're saying is match these values 1 and 2 in the variable month. So basically, this is an alternative. Okay, so can you do this? You can do this. So or okay, so this is a shorter way of doing it. You're saying is that month equals to 1 or month equals to 2. And you say month equals to 1 or January, February. But if this question was something like this, or March, or October, this is August. Okay. So which were the flights that took off in January or February or August or October? Then you will have to write one more month, uh, MONTH month, equals to 8, then or another month, uh, then equals to 10. Then run, and then you get the answer. Instead of doing this, if you use the match operator, then what you will do is you will simply type the name of type the number of the month to 8, and there is the difference. So, like kind of making things simple, and I mean, like making the codes much more simpler to run and implement. Any questions up to this point? Any questions?
No, sir.
Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I have a question. Can we save this script file?
Yes. So let us save this script. Um, the other windows, let me. I don't think the other windows will show. Uh, so what you can do is simply click on this save button. Okay. After you click on this save button, you will see another window. It's just like saving any file, Excel file or Word file, and then go to the desired location where you want to save the file, and then click on save button.
Okay. And sir, how we can do the copy of the output and paste in Excel or other Word file? Like,
Actually, this is not recommended in R, right?
okay.
So why is it not recommended in R? It's because you don't have much time, but yeah, I'll just let you just a second. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Uh, we have now what is called the quarter document, okay, or R markdown. Let's look at R markdown. So we have a PDF option, we have a Word option also. Okay, for now, I'll just use the HTML. I'll click on HTML. Then you need to learn how to use this, and then I simply paste whatever you have done over here. Uh, and yes, so let me just okay. You get something like this, and just done a very rough version of this. So you can generate HTML files, you can generate Word documents, PDF files. Here, whatever we did today, we have just printed this down like this. Okay. So in R, if you learn R Markdown or if you learn Quattro documents, you need not use Word or PowerPoint or anything. You can generate presentation from here on. Okay, so you can generate graphs. The graphs will be embedded within this file, within this PDF document or HTML document. uh, and you can also do referencing also. Okay, so there are certain packages which will help you write down. Uh, I mean, you can write articles. Okay, in a publishable format. So this is something that you can do. I want you. So this was the book that I was referring. Okay. So see, everything we cannot do everything in one single sitting. It will take some time. I've given you some basic ideas of what can be done. So this is the third chapter that I was trying to explain. Mm, so, so there are different operations like filter, arrange, distinct. Okay. uh, then we also have. Okay, so let me just do this before I leave because I just started this session. No, I actually really feel bad at the end of the session because you start with a lot of hope that you're going to cover this much, or you'll be able to at least finish whatever you've been assigned to. But always we fall short of time, and um, so we fall short of time and we are unable to complete things that we always you know think about. So let me just leave you with this. The thing that I wanted to discuss, that is called the pipe operator. So that I wanted to explain. So basically, it's nothing like, for example, I can write this thing in two ways. What I can do is I can write that. Let me take the flights data, okay, and then pipe it through, route it through the filter function. And I said I want to filter month, okay, uh, and then whatever I want. I'm just breaking this thing, entire thing down to two codes. So I'm saying instead of, so what is happening over there? See, this argument, the first argument of the filter function, it has moved away. Okay, so these two lines are now actually linked. How do you do that? Do this, take the flight data, and then, so this is pronounced as and then. This is pronounced as and then. So take the flights data and then filter month, and then again, what do I do? Okay, so what I'm saying is that I take the data and then I filter it, okay, for this months, okay, for this month. So what do I get? View. Okay, so yeah, and then I get over 1 lakh observations over here, and then I will um, arrange. Okay, so arrange is function which arranges the data in ascending or descending order. So let's say I want to arrange according to uh, departure time, EP underscore. So if I do this, uh, if I do this, I get this data arranged according to departure time. See, now the departure time starts with 1, 2, likewise. Okay, so if you were not using the pipe, then the same thing, this 3 line of code, you would have been writing it like this. First, you'll be writing this, okay, So basically you're saying filter, you'd be saying filter, then month. Sorry, the data is flights, and you're saying months. Keep the months. Uh, we forgot the shortcut before the match operated. C 1, 2, 8, and 10. After that, what you're going to do is you're going to arrange this entire data set. Okay, so this will be in one line and it will look something like this, and this will be in 3 lines and how it will look. Okay. So basically, what you're doing is that this pipe is going to connect all of these um, functions or words. The point is it will make the code look much more simple to read. Okay, and since the main motto of the tidyverse is code is also code. That's what they say, because you'll have to um, not only the computers will be reading the codes, but when you are sharing the codes, also the humans who must understand what the code actually intends. Okay, so thank you all. If you have any other queries, please ask. Dayada, thank you so much.